Good design begins with very basic elements. And once you understand what these elements are, you can take any motion graphic design to another level. The elements of art are varied in their interpretations, but for the sake of this short training, we are looking at line, shape, space, size, form, color, tone, intensity, and texture. We can think of these elements as a collection of abstract building blocks. They can be combined and arranged in any way we like to create a visual statement. Let's start by breaking down lines. A line is a one-dimensional path created by a point moving in space. They can vary in width, length, and direction. Lines help to give alignment, which leads to appeal and order in design. They can indicate a state of rest when horizontal, signify a sense of height when vertical, imply stability and solidity when horizontal and vertical, or suggest a sense of movement when diagonal. They lead the eye in a composition and communicate information through their direction. Lines can exist as elements in themselves, or they can be used to produce other elements, like shapes. A shape is an element of design that is usually defined by enclosed lines. It is two-dimensional with height and width. A shape can be geometric and includes squares, rectangles, and circles. Or a shape can be organic, irregular, or asymmetrical. A singular shape cannot exist without generating another negative shape. The meeting of two defined shapes produces a boundary line. The area around the primary object in a composition is known as negative space. The area occupied by the object of focus is known as positive space. The relationship between these two can greatly affect the composition. Size is the relationship between one shape to that of another. Differences in size can create interesting relationships within a composition. Generally, to have balance, a large shape requires the existence of a smaller shape. Shapes of equal size create focal confusion, with the eye not knowing where to focus. By varying the size of the shapes, the eye is drawn to the larger, dominant shape. If the size difference is exaggerated, tension can be created. This tension can be used to add impact to a composition. A form is an object that exists in space as an enclosed volume with three dimensions: height, width, and depth. Examples of geometric form are found in a cube, sphere, pyramid, or cylinder. A form can also be abstract and flow freely. Color is an element with three main characteristics: hue, tone, and intensity. Hue is the descriptive name of color. Red, green, and blue are the three primary hues, and from these three, all other colors can be created. Secondary colors contain a mixture of two primaries. Tertiary colors fall between any primary color and its adjacent secondary. A tint is any color mixed with white, and a shade is any color mixed with black. Tone is simply the darkness or lightness of an object. Sometimes referred to as value, tone is one of the most powerful design elements and helps to create different moods. White is the lightest value, black is the darkest. The value halfway between these extremes is called middle gray. Dark colors can suggest a sense of mystery. Light colors can describe a brighter, more energetic mood. In any design, the area of highest contrast between light and dark will always demand maximum attention. The eye is naturally drawn to the area of highest tonal contrast. Color and tone are unique and separate elements. All colors have a tone, but tone can exist without color. Intensity is the strength of a color. Bright colors are often associated with positive energy and are undiluted. Darker colors are more subdued and create a more serious mood. Lastly, Texture is an important art element that can bring an extra layer of depth and appeal to a composition. The use of textures is one of the most powerful tools for creating compelling graphic design without relying on the complexity of many elements. Texture can be drawn, painted, or photographed. Textures evoke emotion and bring life to design. The contrast of highly textured visual information and striking flat design is always a winning strategy. Although this list of elements seems straightforward, the more you study design, the more varied the list becomes. Some add to the list and some subtract from it. The elements of design are not a guaranteed recipe for design success, but if you use them correctly, they are extremely useful building blocks for creating visual design.